At the entrance ramp, look at that, pulling into reverse, reversing into that La Habra PD unit. That primary unit standing still as that work truck rams into the hood of that SUV. Look at this, ramming in again in reverse.
Welcome to Viral Twist. She started as a responsible driver, but then thought, why follow traffic rules when I can create my own? And that's when the chaos began. Get ready for crashes with police cars like it's a bumper car ride.
By the Anaheim PD helicopter as well as the California Highway Patrol helicopter, who is tracking the progress of this pursuit as well. Anaheim PD down low, California Highway Patrol way up high above Air 7, and all eyes on that work truck, a stolen work truck with at least a driver in the front there. Unclear whether there's anybody else inside this stolen vehicle, but the driving fairly composed here, stopping for red lights and then slowing down, now going right through that red light there at Chandler Street, continuing now in the westbound direction at a slow pace here. It's pretty much a bona fide slow speed chase at this point, doing about 40 miles per hour, maybe pushing a little higher now. You can see 3 units behind him, 3 La Habra PD units who have maintained visual of this pursuit throughout. And now they are continuing here without any further help here. But again, they have come all the way from La Habra to try and nail this vehicle down and get him off the road. In the meantime, we are unclear whether it's a male or a female, but from a glimpse we saw just a moment ago through the driver's side window, it almost appeared to be a female driver, although we cannot yet confirm that. Still, though, heading westbound on Chandler Street. Now going eastbound, it looks like eastbound River Road. Again, this driver refusing to pull over. Impossible to see through those windows from this vantage point, just a little too dark out, and you can see that he or she still refusing to pull over, but continuing to blow through these various intersections without even slowing down in some cases, despite the fact that some of these lights are red. In other cases he's actually slowed down a little bit, looked both ways, and then proceeded through, but not really obeying the rules of the road, just kind of making them up as he goes along here, and continuing now, slowing down for the, looks like a red light. He's got, thinking about a right turn there. So a southbound turn onto Archibald Street. And now you can see that passenger seat is clearly empty. Sorry for the dropout there. A clearly empty passenger seat. So it appears only the driver inside the vehicle. Now making that southbound turn onto Archibald Street with 3 units right behind him. Now pushing 60, continuing with very little traffic on the freeway. Still those 3 La Habra PD units and a California Highway Patrol unit, a couple of them helping out here very minimally. But now that it's on the freeway, they may very well hand this off to California Highway Patrol if there's a willingness to do so. So we'll see if that handoff takes place or if they stick with it and continue to dedicate these 3 La Habra PD units to this pursuit, which really is showing no signs of giving up, and it'll be a question for the supervisor as to how far along they want to take this. But in any event, you can see him continuing southbound on the 15 freeway at about 60 miles per hour. Those 3 La Habra PD units holding steady about 5 to 6 car lengths behind that suspect vehicle is the primary unit, and then the other 2 right behind him. So a primary unit, a secondary unit, and backup all engaged in this pursuit, but still we will wait to see if they're either getting ready or eventually make the decision to hand this off to CHP. Hugging that right lane there, picking up some more speed now, closing in on 80 miles per hour, but maybe looking for an exit opportunity. We'll see if he sticks with that far right lane or starts to move over. There is Hidden Valley, and he just bypassed that exit ramp. So continuing to commit to the 15 freeway as we make our way south through Riverside County. The 15 freeway and then onto the 91 freeway, where we are now, just getting off of the 91, westbound side of the 91, getting off at what may be Maple Street here, coming up on a traffic light. As long as he's been on surface streets, has not bothered to stop for many red lights, and in this case he's got the green light coming to a stop, coming to a stop at the green light at the entrance ramp. Look at that, pulling into reverse, reversing into that La Habra PD unit. That primary unit standing still as that work truck rams into the hood of that SUV. Look at this, ramming in again in reverse. That work truck now pulling it into reverse, ramming into the front of that PD unit for no apparent reason here, but the charges have just been amped up dramatically here as he pulls into an industrial area. And look at this wild pit there, full speed into the front of the work truck, boxing him in here, and now they will be forced to use force if this driver does anything threatening whatsoever. Look at this, backing up into those black and whites. He's backing up and shoving those units out of the way. Desperate to get away, officers with their guns drawn, and the K-9 unit now, look at this, over the tree, through the trees, and trying to get away. He's through private property, running through a fence here. He's trying to ram through a fence, trying to get through those trees, and these units have to get back in their vehicles. 3 La Habra PD units are going to be calling for backup here, and now California Highway Patrol may very well be getting involved sooner rather than later. Look at this. These vehicles are going to, look at that! The primary unit ramming full speed again. That vehicle is now disabled. The primary unit is now completely disabled. That work truck taking the fence with him and now getting on to the freeway, I think. He just got onto the freeway. He's going the wrong way on the freeway. He's going the wrong way on the 91. He's going eastbound on the westbound side of the 91 freeway. A stolen work truck ramming into police officers, refusing to pull over after what was a relatively tame pursuit, has now gone completely off the rails here as we now go eastbound on the 91 freeway with debris being dragged along the freeway. That work truck ramming into 3 separate La Habra PD units, those officers jumping out of their vehicle with their guns drawn and then ramming full speed into this work truck. And now this work truck appears to be having mobility issues as he faces oncoming traffic. He's come to a standstill as he faces oncoming traffic on the westbound side of the 91 freeway. He went full bumper cars with those La Habra PD units and then rammed over a fence, took out a tree, and it looks like that front left wheel might be in trouble there. I can't tell. I can't tell whether that is it just my view here or if that the whole front might be crooked. That front axle looks a little bit messed up, but now look at this. Look at the agitated driver behind the wheel here. This driver creating lots of havoc now, and now there's going to be a major confrontation as soon as California Highway Patrol gets into position here. Look at that. It's a female driver jumping out of the vehicle, running into across lanes. Look at this. Oh my goodness. The female driver running across the 91 freeway. Those drivers don't see her. She is not well. She's not well, and she is now running for it, crossing all lanes of the 91 freeway, now using the shoulder. You see the night sun up above there by the California Highway Patrol. This woman continuing the run of her life as she has now made it to the other side of the freeway, looking for a hiding spot at a Denny's. She's at a Denny's parking lot on the other side of the 91 freeway. She abandoned the work truck, and now she's trying to wave down somebody for some assistance here. She is a desperate individual who is acting very, very erratic. The wig just fell off. Guys, this is out of control. This is just out of control. This person now running through the front of the Denny's and now into the Denny's, running into the Denny's. Or Carl's Jr. Is there a Carl's Jr. or a Denny? That's the Denny's. So there's a Carl's Jr. next door. That person just ran into the Denny's with, I think those may be the original La Habra PD units. I can't tell. They certainly can't all be, because at least one of those units was pretty much disabled. And now you can see a number of officers entering the restaurant here, going inside the Denny's to place that person under arrest. A wild end to a wild chase that is just breathtaking. I mean, a complete desperation. And now this will hopefully come to an end. We can't see what's going on inside the restaurant there, but there are people coming out of the restaurant, cell phones out, looking for, look at this, they're still running. They can't find her. They can't find her. She may be coming out the rear of the restaurant. There are officers now surrounding the Denny's. They still don't have a visual of her. They still can't find her. Just looking for any movement, but it's very difficult to see inside this restaurant, as you can see from this angle, although we do understand that K9 units are searching the building for that suspect. Just a moment ago, we saw an officer come out and grab a door rammer to try and break down one of the doors, it looks like, in the interior of this restaurant. Again, perhaps the person is hiding in a restroom or a storage area. But right now, beyond that, it is speculation on our part. As you can see, a number of different agencies converging here at the Denny's on 6th Street, just 6th Street at Paseo Grand, just off the 91 freeway, and a huge law enforcement presence, as this person has now made several attempts to assault La Habra PD officers. More units coming around the perimeter of the building, but certainly it appears there's a chance that perhaps the suspect is now in custody.